And I think it's so needed in today's day and age. Like what you said, there's so much content, so many things influencing. And then, of course, there are relationships that people get into. How do those relationships actually become stable? Right? Because today, young people, everyone is, I think the concept and definitions have changed, and it's different for different people. And I'm sure both of you must be hearing a lot of people, they're having challenges with keeping up a good, healthy relationship, right? So, what would be a message to keep a good, happy? Of course, one is a relationship between two people, two spouses, but also intergenerational with parents, with friends, with colleagues, teachers in a workplace. How does one look at relationships?
Relationship is between two souls, actually. It is a relationship between two souls. And it's a relationship between the sanskars of the two souls. So those two souls could be parent-child, those two souls could be husband-wife, they can be siblings, they can be colleagues. But it is the sanskars of the two souls. And it is the sanskar, and then through the sanskar, the energy exchange that is going to happen between the two souls. So if there is acceptance, then it's a flow of acceptance between the two. If there is criticism, judgmental thinking, rejection, then that is the flow of the energy between two souls. Now, I can't expect that the other soul will have the same sanskar as me. But what we have seen with so many who come on this journey and start working on their sanskar, the first thing that benefits is their field of relationships. And so that helps us to understand you don't need two people to work on themselves to create harmony in that relationship. Even if one does it, they're able to mold the direction in which that relationship would go, which means if earlier there was more of argumentation, there was more of... Now one person has learnt that, it's just my ego which is hitting with the ego of the other person. So if just one out of the two also takes charge and say, okay, silence, okay, let go, okay, bend a little, that's humility. That's not weakness. The world will say, oh, you're bending every time. The other person will exploit you. The one who's bending now understands, no, this is just a strength. Nothing, this is not a weakness. So even if one does it, the relationship will start shifting. And of course, the vibrational influence on the other person will happen. But one. So like Didi shared, that if parents are doing this at home, for children to imbibe that way of living, it just comes natural. It's not even taught, actually. It comes natural. And along with that, if the parents are talking about it, they're sharing. One is through their vibrations, one is through their stories, one is through the way they are facing life. I mean, today I feel every parent needs to share with their children how they are facing their situations in life. So that is going to help the child to understand that everybody has issues and we have the emotional resilience to face our issues so that the issue doesn't become so big for them. That's what is all to be talked about at home, and they have to see it in action, and most important, absorb the vibration. So we always say, जो घर का वायुमंडल है, जो घर का vibration है, that is the nurturing. So before, people say, oh, the right time to have a child, when both of you are emotionally strong and creating a very powerful vayumandal at home. So earlier people would say, okay, is the mother physically healthy, so it's the right time. Now it is, are both of you emotionally strong? Are both of you in harmony? Then you think of inviting another soul into your family.
And then actually, like what you also rightly said, is living that life, because the child is getting influenced. And I'm sure the future relationships also get impacted by the relationships that they see amongst their parents at home.
Firstly, we should be clear, why are we entering into a relationship? Today, relationships are also based only to get. So when that becomes the focus of the relationship, then it becomes very fragile. That relationship lasts only when it satisfies you. Therefore, what is love? That is most important. Love is not something that it's not a mushy love. Love is not passion. Love is not something that is attached to the physical. Love is that which is unconditional, which is self-sacrificing, love in action, a love that gives, does not receive, that accepts, does not demand, that trusts, that does not and does not doubt, that forgives and does not keep accusing because you did that. No. There are 3 types of love. The first is eros. Eros love is, if you're good to me, I will be good to you. Then there's the second type of love, philos. Because you're good to me, I'm returning that, reciprocating that goodness. But there is the third type of love, agape. In spite of what you are, I will be a giver. If relationships are based on giving, then they will serve.